which champion will lose their title. Today we're gonna go and we're gonna discuss who will lose their champion in the big 2026. As y'all already know, we are 1 month away to the big 2026. I know time go by quick, so we are gonna predict the first champion to lose, and we're gonna see which champion will lose in this one. And let's start off with the one at 125, Alexandre Pantoja. I'm gonna be honest with this take. If he beats Joshua Van in a dominant performance, I don't see anybody beating Pantoja at 125. Unless he moves up to 135, he will lose that belt against Merab Dvalishvili, because I don't think Alexandre Pantoja has a skill as much as Merab Dvalishvili has. So then I feel like, all right, at 125 he will stay undefeated. I kind of have a little bit of doubt against him versus Van, but let's go for the realistic thing that would really happen. Everyone thinks he's gonna submit Joshua Van. I kind of feel like he is too. So if he does that, dominant performers, first round, third round, which I expect him to submit him around, does that, ain't nobody at 125 beating. I mean, Manel Kopp, I don't think he stands a chance against Alexandre Pantoja. There's a lot of prospects, and not really that many prospects in there that could take down Alexandre Pantoja. Brandon Moreno, Brandon Royval, they've been in the game too long, so I don't think they have a chance of even getting touching gold again. So I'm gonna go for Alexandre Pantoja. He's gonna stay undefeated for 2026. I think he's gonna go into that year way more better than he is at the big 2025, and I don't think there's a big debate in that. I think a lot of people would sit down and agree with that, because he's just been dominant this whole 2025, and I think the 2026 he's gonna stamp that year for him and just be the most dominant he could ever be. Merab the Machine Dvalishvili, I know a lot of people have high hopes on Merab Dvalishvili, but me, honestly, bro, I think I see a little weakness in him, man. Is that chinny chin. I feel like if someone lands a good shot on him, he goes to sleep, and they know some wrestling. I just know, look, bro, if Sean O'Malley had more time on that clock in the 5th round and was really focused on that Steve kick to the chest, he would have got him out of there. Even Umar, he had some shots that he missed, but bro, like, if he teed up, he probably could get him out of there. That's the only way to beat Merab, is you got to get him out early. You can't go in there hoping to go 25 minutes with this guy, because there's no way you're beating him in a decision. Merab is that ass like scary, bro. This guy just drains you. But I feel like he is gonna get caught in the big 2026, low-key. That's like might be a hot take. I hope not, because bro, I love Merab as a champ. He very much grew on me. This guy, he's very entertaining. He's a good showman. Hey, honestly, Merab is very slept on. He's a very good champion, so I hope he doesn't get caught, but something in me is telling me he's gonna get caught, because he's just way too active too. I know that's good, but that's also bad on the health at the end of the day. Like, bro, you're going into a fight 2 months after your fight, man. Like, I don't think that's pretty good, man. Like, and he's very much active, and I feel like that's gonna take a bad toll on him. I know that doesn't sound like a good thing to be just active all the time, because bro, give yourself a break, give your body some rest. If he keeps moving like that in the big year of 2026, someone is gonna end up taking advantage of that, and he's gonna get him out of there. So just because of that, the way he's been moving 2025, this might be his prime year, and next year in 2026 someone is gonna take that bantamweight belt. I hope not though, but let me know what you guys think. I think that's a hot take. A lot of people might say not, but generally I feel like that. And for the person to beat Merab, I feel like it's gonna be a Umar Nurmagomedov. I feel like Umar would come into the second fight knowing what's coming, and he might take him out. I feel like that knockout that he put against Barcelos, I feel like he could implement that against a Merab, because that's the only way I feel like he could get him out in the striking department, because that's a very good one. He might think that he's going for the body, and you never know, a left hook with a right hook that comes to end off Merab as a champ. Alexander Volkanovski, I know I might hurt a bunch of y'all in this one, but I think, yeah, he's not gonna be a champion in 2026, only because after he fights Lopez, he's gonna retire. I feel like Lopez is gonna win too, but let's say Alexander Volkanovski does win, he's gonna retire, end it off in Australia. Even if he loses, I feel like he should retire anyways. Good way to end it off in Australia. Champ title defense. If you win, that's even better for your legacy, but if you lose, man, I mean, pass the torch to Diego Diego Lopez, and he's gonna get starched by the undefeated ones right now, which is Leroy Murphy or Khamzat Chimaev. He's gonna hug him for the full 25 minutes to win that belt. But yeah, other than that, I think Alexander Volkanovski is not gonna be champion of 2026. I don't even think that's a hot take. I think most people would agree with me on this, but if it is, yeah, y'all gonna be in a big surprise when it comes to 2026. Let's say Alexander Volkanovski beats Diego Lopez and decides to stay not retired. I think he will lose to Leroy Murphy due to the kickboxing. Khamzat Chimaev is definitely hugging him for 25 minutes. I feel like he would definitely be Alexander Volkanovski right now. So yeah, I think he's not gonna be champ anyways at 2026, even if he beats Diego Lopez, because up and coming contenders are different, new generation. It's over for Alexander Volkanovski. I love him though, but gotta be true, gotta be honest in here. I'm not just, yapping on my ass. I'm just being honest. Ilia Topuria, I think he is gonna stay undefeated throughout his 155 reign unless he goes up to 170. Nobody's beating Ilia Topuria. Let's be real here, guys. I think he will starch the hell out of Arman Saruki and starch anybody that wants smoke with Ilia at 155. Yeah, you're cooked. I'm sorry, anybody that thinks that Arman would beat Ilia Topuria, yeah, you're delusional, bro. He would literally catch him and chin this guy. Now, if he moves up to 170 though and faces Islam Makhachev, I'm gonna have some doubt on that one, because like I said, man, 170 Islam way too big. Ilia Topuria came from 135. He's a freaking starter at bantamweight. Now moving up to 170 is absolutely insane, especially in to fight someone like Ian Gary or Shavkat Rakhmonov, which is very tall. I think it's impossible, honestly, for Ilia Topuria to move up to 170. I might be yapping on my ass though. Maybe the size won't matter. Maybe the skill might pay the bills for. Honestly, bro, yeah, I just doubt it too much. Islam Makhachev, I think, would ragdoll Ilia at 170. I hope he would. I would love to see a triple champ in UFC as Ilia Topuria, but yeah, I'm gonna be real with myself. I'm not gonna fan out on that one. 155, he's cooking everybody. Any contender that wants to get it at 155, Ilia Topuria is beating them. Paddy sleep, Arman sleep, both only two contenders. Even if Justin Gaethje wants to get it, he'll take him out faster than both of them. But yeah, undefeated Ilia Topuria for the big 2026, unless he moves up to 170. Although I don't think that fight is really gonna happen. I don't think that Dana White would want to even take that risk, because the star power Ilia Topuria holds right now is pretty good, especially collabing with Cristiano Ronaldo. Islam Makhachev, let's be plain and simple and real. Ali Abdelaziz is his manager. He's gonna protect them, make sure that he leaves off with a good note at the end of his record in his career, and I think he's only gonna fight 3 more matches, so this might be the last year with Islam Makhachev. I hope it's not. I hope it's next 2 years or 3 years, but yeah, from what it's looking, bro, yeah, Usman for his first fight. I know Usman will give him some trouble, let's be real, but I think Islam is gonna thug it out and win the decision. Ian Gary, I hope he gets to fight with Ian Gary. That should be next after the Usman. Maybe Gary beats him, but I'm gonna go with shit. You know what, bro? Maybe Islam might lose the title against Ian Gary. Ian Gary might be able to beat him, or Shavkat Rakhmonov. If they put Shavkat against Islam Makhachev, Islam is losing 100%. But I think they're gonna try to protect Islam from Shavkat and might put a Carlos Prates for the title fight, bro. They just signed the Paramount deal, so they might do whatever it takes to protect Islam Makhachev. So if this is how it goes, I think this is how it's gonna go though. He beats Usman, beats Ian Gary, and beats Carlos Prates, and yeah, that's gonna be the end of his 170 reign. There's no way he's gonna fight Shavkat. If he fights Shavkat and beat him, yep, he's the best fighter in the world, and there's no debate about it. Ian Gary, yeah, that might claim him as best in the world too, because Ian Gary is a very good, skillful fighter. But other than that, I think Ian Gary might thug it out. But like I said, if he ends up beating Ian Gary, they won't put him up with Carlos Prates. I promise you guys that 100%. They're gonna hide him from Shavkat. That's how I personally feel like this 170 reign is gonna turn out. And yes, he'll remain undefeated for the big 2026, because he only fights twice a year. Khamzat Chimaev, I think he will stay undefeated for this one, because Imamov, he's gonna beat Imamov. I think he would submit him, Ohio would have a good chance, but I think he will still end up beating him due to ground control. Who else is in there? Fluffy Hernandez is the one that's closest to beat Khamzat Chimaev, but due to Khamzat Chimaev's inactivity, I think he will end up maintaining the belt for 2026, and he's gonna go on a good run for the middleweight division. I don't see anybody beating him but Fluffy Hernandez, in my personal opinion. I think Fluffy's just too tough. He would be able to knock out Khamzat Chimaev, I feel like. But for the rest of 2026, I feel like this is how it's gonna play out. Khamzat Chimaev is gonna end up facing Imamov. He beats Imamov, then they're gonna put him up against Kyle Ohio, and I think he submits Kyle Ohio, and then that's gonna be the rest of his 2026 until 2027. I feel like they will put him up against Fluffy, and that's who gives him the problems and ends up beating him and taking the title. I personally don't like Khamzat Chimaev as champ. After that Dreykus performance, I think he would be very boring. I think that's gonna be his new cheat code, facing a fighter that knows how to fight off his back, which I think he will do to most of these fighters coming in. I think all that hunger he used to come in at first is gone because he got the belt, he got the money, everything he wants. So yeah, it's gonna be bad. I hope Fluffy wins though, man. That's our last hope for the middleweight division, is Fluffy beating Khamzat. Alex Pereira, let's be plain and simple, he is not gonna be champ for 2026. He's vacating the light heavyweight belt, and if he faces Carlos or Olberg, I think he beats Carlos Olberg, but he's planning on moving up to heavyweight. That's already his plans, and I think he's gonna get absolutely demolished, and I don't think he's gonna win that third title. Heavyweight is way too big, but yeah, if he decides to move up to heavyweight, he gets chinned without a doubt. But if he stays at light heavyweight, I think he will probably have a good run, 2 wins. If he stays active, yeah, I don't see him winning. I'm gonna be honest with that. So I'm gonna go with he probably gets 2 fights this year and he stays undefeated at light heavyweight. But if he goes to heavyweight, yeah, no, goodbye. Tom Aspinall, he's gonna run through that heavyweight division in 2026, but it's looking like he has some eye injury thing, and I think it's sounding bad, but honestly I think he's still gonna fight, and I don't think they're gonna vacate the belt. If they vacate the belt and put Pereira versus Gane, Pereira might have a chance, but honestly, yeah, but Tom Aspinall, he's gonna be good. I think he's gonna go back, rematch Cyril Gane, and knock his ass out. Let's be real, like Tom Aspinall, after a performance like that, he's gonna go in there and chin him in the first round, just how he did to Curtis Blades. So it's gonna be another thing like that, and then after maybe he fights Alex Pereira. Yeah, then he fights Alex Pereira, chins Alex Pereira. He might have one more fight, maybe 3 fights in 1 year, so whoever is up next is gonna get it anyways. The only time he loses that belt is if when Johnny Walker's brother goes up in the rankings and freaking catches him with that angle, because we've seen Tom Aspinall tap to submission like that before. That's the only way Tom Aspinall loses. So other than that, I don't see Johnny Walker's brother getting up to the rankings this year. I think it's gonna take him until 2027 for him to get a title shot. I see him having a chance, but not yet. Yeah, that's my predictions for 2026. I think I'm gonna get all of them right, to be honest. I'm so confident with this, and I hope, let me know what y'all think, man. Like and comment, subscribe. I'm gonna keep bringing videos for y'all each and every single day, and I'm loving this, man. Loving the game, man. Just yapping to y'all, giving y'all my predictions, opinions, whatever you want to call it. Hope y'all like, comment, and subscribe, man. Peace.